Jay asked, what do I watch? And truth of the matter is that there's a lot of shows I'd love to watch. I do make time to watch NCIS with my wife every week. There are some other shows on TV that I would like. I watched one episode of the new one with Kiefer Sutherland when he becomes the president. Whatever.
Designated Survivor.
Yeah, Designated Survivor. I thought that looked pretty good. Sometimes Criminal Minds is okay.
Oh, yeah.
I really like to watch the Rangers.
Rangers.
But the truth of the matter is that there are more important things in my life than TV. So I work pretty hard. Most days of the week I don't get home until, I'd say 7 o'clock, 7:15. And later in the year I'll get home later. When softball hits, I won't be getting home till 9 o'clock, 9:30. And the first thing I have is 3 dogs that depend on me. And these dogs need to go for a walk every day to clear their heads. So first thing I do when I get home is walk the dogs, and I feed them, then walk them. And combined, that usually takes until about 8:45. Then at about 8:45, I eat dinner till about 9 or 9:15. And then I always ride the exercise bike, almost always, except Tuesdays when I watch TV with my wife. But then I'll watch TV upstairs while I ride the exercise bike. Like last night I watched a documentary about Yellowstone National Park. Or I'll watch a documentary on something on the History Channel or on the animal shows, things like that, or UFOs. I'll watch something like that because I know that I just don't have the time to watch those other shows. I just don't. I'd like to, but there's no way that I can stay in shape and come home after a long day and just sit on the couch and do nothing. I just can't do it. So I think it's kind of similar to you. If you want a really good future, you can't just do all these other things and expect a good future to hit you. It doesn't come to you. You need to go to it. And you need to work really, really hard. And life plays a really cruel trick on you guys. A really cruel trick. You are born into this world doing whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. And all you got to do to get it fixed is whine. Think about what happens when a little baby's born. Little kid's born, wants to eat, what does it do? Cries. Every adult in the room goes and runs for that little kid. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, Giant, what can I do? Oh, you sweet, oh, he's like, oh, yes, give me what I want, give me what I want. Have you ever noticed like an 8-month-old kid manipulates you like crazy? Have you ever seen it? Yeah. They'll look right at you, like something will happen, they'll go like, they're not in any pain, but they know if they do what? Cry. Then they'll get whatever they want. And they get whatever they want. They do it all the time. And then they'll really make you like an idiot. They'll knock their food off their tray and you'll go down there, get it, pick it up, clean it up, and give them more. And you're like, you dope. They will do this to you all day long. Now, you were once the little kid. I mean, think about it. The ultimate in power. You're like, I think I'm going to poop now. Hey, stop what you're doing. Take care of me. I just pooped in my pants. Go ahead, take care of me. And they see their parents like, oh, and the little kid's like, But the truth is that the joke comes out on you because now you're 12 or 13 and mom doesn't treat you the same way. Now you start whining, they're like, shut up. Stop complaining. Might even hit you with the backhand. And the truth is, that you really do deserve it. So we have this tendency, all of us, to want to keep living this life where we're pampered and our every need is met, and our parents run around spending every minute of every day taking care of our every blessed need. Those days are done. It only gets worse. Pretty soon, they're not even gonna make you dinner anymore. They're not gonna drive you anywhere. They're not gonna do all those things. You're gonna have to do it all yourself. They're not buying anything for you, and they're not paying for your cell phone anymore.
They already told you.
So, those things are coming. And if you are not responsible, if you don't take your schoolwork seriously, if you don't take your work ethic seriously, and saying to yourself that even though I'm not in the mood to do something, I'm gonna do it because I have to have that kind of character in me. If you don't think like that and you don't act like that, then you will learn very painful lessons as you get older. And you will watch other people make more in 1 hour than you make in a day. And it'll happen all the time. And you'll hate it. You'll hate it with a passion. Okay, so here's our quiz. We needed to graph these 2 lines. And what I'm noticing is the person grading the paper is virtually every person in the room is really good at the first line. But the thing about the first line that we have to remember is this. It already says y equals. So everybody looks at it and they say, look, the slope is -1/2. The y-intercept is 4. So they begin at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 1/2, down 1/2, down 1/2. Really did look good all over the place.
We didn't get our quizzes.
Oh, I didn't give you the quizzes back? All right, real quick. Let's go Matt and Jamie because they're both very quick. No, I didn't say yes.
You said most likely.
No, I didn't.
You passed out 10.
Okay, and
Come on, hurry up. Make it quick. I want to go over this.
I got one.
Okay, so, girls, if you're going to talk, we're not going to be able to get through this. Boys, you need to stop. Okay, is it possible for you to pay attention as these are being passed out?
yes.
You ready? Now, again, the first line was, or the first line that you had to graph was very good. I think just about every person in the room got it right. But the second line is where we're having issues. The problem with the second line, the first line says y equals. That's what you want. The second line does not say y equals. It says 3y equals. We need to get rid of that 3, which means we need to do the inverse operation. 3y means 3 times y. What is the inverse of multiplication?
Division.
That's right. So I divide everything by 3. And that gives me y equals x, which is really 1x, plus 2. So slope is 1, the y-intercept is 2. I go to 2, and I go up 1/1, up 1/1, up 1/1. Unfortunately, they don't meet at a perfect point. But that's kind of fortunate for you because I didn't make you do the check then. If they meet at a perfect point tomorrow, which I think they do, you will have to do the check. I just looked for them to cross here, that you began at 2, up 1/1, began at 4, down 1/2. If I saw that, I gave you the 100 for the quiz. Basically, almost every person got the first line right. That was worth 50. And then the second line was worth 50. You had to put them together to get 100. If you did it, you pulled it off. Nicely done. Okay. Now, can I ask you to just look at your sheet for a moment, please? Did your first equation say 3x plus y or 3x plus 4y? Did anybody have a 4y there?
No.
Matt, can you face forward? Okay, so this does not have a pretty answer. So what I will do is get you to the point where it says x equals, and then we're going to stop. Okay? Apparently, I'm in the last class, some of them said 4y. So I must have realized after I made this a couple of years ago. I must have realized after the first year that it didn't work out. So I changed the numbers so that it would work out with nice, even whole number answers. And unfortunately, when I did that and I put them in to get photocopied, I put in 2 different masters, one of which said just y and one of which said 4y. And that means that some of you guys, unfortunately, didn't get the one that works right. Most of you guys did. But we could get it to the point where we say x equals, and then you can know how to go back and get y. Now, One of the things that's extremely important here, extremely important to know and to understand, Michael, you're not even looking here. Let's get your knee under your desk. Is when to use the elimination technique. It's really, really, really important. To give you a football analogy, if you were playing football and the other team put all of their defenders right up on the line of scrimmage and put them all right in front of where the quarterback is and the offensive tackles and stuff, does it make sense to call a running play that goes right into that line?
Well, yeah, Marshawn Lynch does.
Well, for mere mortals, no, it doesn't make any sense. It makes more sense, maybe if you got a wide receiver out on the outside that's not covered, to call a quick pass play to that wide receiver, and then something good happens. Well, I need to call the right play here. When I see the X's over the X's, the Y's over the Y's, the equals over the equals, very important, I just said the equals over the equals, and the numbers over the numbers, we use the elimination technique. Now, each and every time that I've done the elimination technique so far, I've taken the time to say that. It's going to become very meaningful in about 2 minutes. All right, I want to get rid of either the X or the Y. I think it's easiest to get rid of the Y because because I only need to multiply the top one. So I'm going to multiply the top one by -3. And in multiplying that by -3, I'm going to get -9x minus 3y equals 12. I chose -3 because if you notice, I don't need to do anything to the bottom one, and look at the -3y and the +3y. See how they match up and they have opposite signs? All right, that's exactly what I want. Die. -9x and 2x is -7x. 12 and 9 is 21. Divide by -7. Actually, this does work out. It's the other one that didn't. X is equal to -3. Now that just gives me the X value. Am I done?
No.
No, because I also have to find the Y value. To get the Y value, I have to go back and use either original equation, and I'm going to choose to use the top original equation. So this is going to be 3x plus y equals -4. 3 times -3 plus y equals -4. -9 plus y is -4. Add 9, y equals 5. Now, just a minute or two ago, we discussed how some people think the grades on the test that you just got back were low, and therefore somehow it was an unfair or unreasonable test. And I said to you, no, I disagree completely because I gave you the pretest with the exact questions on them with the numbers changed, and so on. Well, I'm telling you now, this is going to be on your next test, guaranteed. And if you can't get it right, and we've been practicing this now for 3 straight days, and you have another 3 days before the test, if you can't learn how to do this over the next 6 days, I'm not the problem. You need to be very serious and very focused. I don't think any of you were at Extra Help this morning. I will be at Extra Help at the library tomorrow night. I will be at Extra Help Wednesday and Thursday morning here as well. Okay, so now we get to the beginning of a 2-day lesson. This is now called the substitution technique. Now remember before I said the X's are over the X's, the Y's are over the Y's, the equals are over the equals, the numbers are over the numbers. That's what tells you to use the elimination technique. But look here. Yes, the X's are over the X's. Yes, the Y's are over the Y's. Yes, the numbers are over the numbers. But are the equals over the equals also? No. As soon as you've got anything out of order, I don't care if it's the X, the Y, the equals, the numbers, doesn't make a difference. I'm going to use the substitution technique. Now, you got the munchies, big time. Today at lunch, I had the munchies. And I won't eat many chocolate chip cookies, I'll just eat a couple of them. And I went to the machine and I bought a pack of chocolate chip cookies for $1. I had a couple of them, I gave the rest away. Now, if I go to a machine and it says exact change required, and I can't put dollar bills in, so instead of putting in a dollar bill, what could I have put in to still get out my chocolate chip cookies? Everybody?
4 quarters.
4 quarters. And that's called substituting. I took a dollar bill, I might even go up to a friend of mine and say, listen, you got 4 quarters? Or they might do it to me the other way around. Now, this X here is worth a Y minus 2. Just like $1 is worth 4 quarters, Well, an x is worth a y minus 2. So what I'm going to do here is, instead of putting x, I'm going to put what the x is worth. What is the x worth?
Y equals 2.
Y minus 2. They're the same exact thing. So I'm going to put 3, but then instead of putting x, I'm going to put y minus 2. Plus 2y equals 29. Notice, the 3 stays the same, the plus stays the same, the 2y stays the same, the equal stays the same, the 29 stays the same. The only thing that's changed is the x. I've traded it in for what it's equal for, just like I could trade $1 for 4 quarters. I could trade an x for a y minus 2. And what's really cool now is this looks like the work we did earlier in the year with equations. We've done tons of this stuff. Combine like terms, what do I get next? 5y minus 6 is 29. Add 6 to both sides. We've done a lot of this stuff. 5y is 35. Divide by 5. Y equals 7. Am I done? No, what do I have to do now?
Get Y.
Got to go back and get x. But what's really cool about the substitution technique is it's usually really easy. It says x is y minus 2, so I'm going to substitute again. Y it said was 7. What's 7 minus 2?
5.
So y is 7, and x is 5. Okay. Y is 7, x is 5. So if we turn the page, the first thing I want you to answer is this. Is this an elimination or is this a substitution situation?
Substitution.
Substitution. Michael, very frustrating. Stay in your seat for the bonus. What's a y worth?
X minus 4.
An x minus 4. So I'm going to write the 5x, I'm going to write the minus 2, but then what am I going to write? I'm going to write x minus 4. In parentheses. Equals 14. Can you take it from there? Do you think you can take it from there?
Yeah.
Yeah, distribute the negative 2. What about down here? What am I going to substitute in the one underneath that? Come on, guys, down here, what am I going to substitute? 2x plus 4 parentheses, x plus 1 parentheses equals negative 20. Hasta la vista, vaya con Dios, Tulu, tata, arrivederci, smile a lot. Ciao, insane, adios amigos, amigas. Cheerio, Garushus, God bless, Gaddafi, enjoy, shalom, sayonara.